Hey, out there, Sarafell, Marin County. We're doing marble here, big 15 by 15, beautiful stuff here. Purpose of this particular video, as you can see here, I had to dig out all the grout here throughout pretty much 3/4 of the floor. Basically, usually when grout starts to crack and crumble, usually it's either because of a shitty grout job or the floor is moving. I don't think the floor is moving too much. I just think it was a crappy grout job. This thing's probably been in here 30 years or 40 years. So basically what I did is I dug out, I cleaned it first, got all the oil, the grease from the dogs and the dog dander and stuff that was in here. And then all the areas where it was just bad, you can see I completely cut it out. So now what I'm doing is I'm regrouting it. I used an antique white color here. And a little trick I kind of learned over the years for all you people out there doing it yourself is you use an additive, and you add the additive to the grout instead of mixing it with straight water. And what that'll do is it'll make it tougher, stronger. It's almost like sealing the grout, and it'll make it hold up better in the long run. It just gives you a better job. It's easier to work with, that type of thing. So the purpose of this video is, if you are doing any regrouting, and like say for instance you're regrouting your shower or around a sink and stuff like that, you're gonna really want to use this additive. It's like sealing it, and that's pretty much it. That's the purpose of the video. Just use the additive in the grout. A lot of people just mix it with straight water, which you could do, but I just find with my experience that using just straight water, it just doesn't, it's not as strong and it's not as durable. And then you can see then you just pack the grout in. You just really want to force it into the cracks there, and you just really want to get it to smush in there and get a good smush there. And then, like I said, you can see the float acts like almost like a squeegee, like if you're squeegeeing windows. So you see that? I'm just kind of squeegeeing it right in. And then it's also, the main thing is you're getting off all the excess too. That's the treat. So then what's going to happen is when I go back to wipe it up, it'll be real easy to wipe up. Oh, not all this excess off. See that? So what I usually do is, because I'm doing the whole floor, I actually do the whole floor. I found, and this one's for free, is let the grout dry for 10 or 15 minutes, especially like on stuff on marble, because even if it dries all the way, it'll wipe right off of the marble. You want the grout to set up. It's a common thing I see people do is they try to wipe it like this when it's wet, and it wipes it right out and it leaves like a little gully. Let it set up before you wipe off the excess, and you'll see it's just you'll just kind of like be wiping it and just manipulating it so it looks exactly how you want. So that's a helpful hint right there. Let it sit for a while, let it set up. And same thing, I'm just going to keep filling all this stuff in. I kind of stopped about right here. So anyway, though, you kind of get the gist of it. You just kind of repeat. I'm going to finish doing this, and then I'm going to chime back in and kind of show you how you wipe it, so you can kind of see the whole thing from start to finish. So stay informed, people. Just stay freaking informed. It's driving me crazy. Like us, subscribe, share us. I'm going to chime back in about 30 minutes or so, kind of show you the end product and how we wipe it and do that. So sit tight for 2 seconds. Right? In video world. No, I'll be back in like 1 second in video world. Hey, it's been about 30 minutes. I've finished grouting it all. The grout's had time to set up. I put a fan on it, help kind of speed dry it. So now I'm going to show you how to wipe it correctly, kind of give you some of the, the little tricks to grout. First of all, like I was saying before, is let it dry and set up for a while. It's easy to wipe. So now what you do is you just want to, like all that's already done, so I'm working backwards, keeping myself square so that I don't miss any areas and stuff like that. So, you want to basically, you're not applying a lot of pressure, like you're literally just kind of dragging the sponge, okay? So you just kind of want to get it all wet, the areas you're about to do, just kind of get it wet. Then I kind of just flip it over, and I'm just real lightly, you're just sitting there kind of just wiping it off, finessing the excess grout off. Just trying to, you're not trying to wipe it out of the line, you're just trying to wipe off the last little film that it leaves. When you rinse it, then you want to come back again, and just kind of wipe it one more time, wipe it around, hit it, that's done. And then I come to these ones, wipe it one more time, that's done. Let me get a freshy sponge. And rinsing the sponge, these are all the little hints, is you gotta constantly be re-wiping your sponge. Re-rinsing it, excuse me, to get all the excess residue from the grouting off, okay? And basically you're just kind of making a grout line, like you're just kind of sitting here with the sponge and you're just trying to make it look nice. You're not applying a lot of pressure. You're just kind of letting the sponge drag across it and just kind of manipulating off the excess. So boom, now that section's done. So now I'm gonna slide back. You can see all the little excess here that I left. So same thing, I'm gonna come up, get this little area wet right here to here, this way, little blob here, little excess, boom. Rinse my sponge. Like I said, remember, the key to this is don't apply a lot of pressure because you'll wipe the grout away. You don't want to do that. You just want to kind of gently just wipe away the excess. Boom. As you see, I'm keeping everything up front of me, so everything from here up's been done except these. That's very important so that you're not going through your stuff or you don't miss any areas. So same thing, just I'm not even really pushing people, I'm just kind of going like this. I'm just kind of letting the sponge naturally just kind of wipe the grout a certain way. You just want to be making sure that it looks nice and even and straight and not bumpy or wavy. And another helpful hint is, a lot of, like right now, a lot of these tiles aren't perfectly level, so there's like a little lip. You always want to kind of wipe up the lip, like kind of like a ramp. You want to create like a ramp, and that'll keep it, make it kind of more like an optical illusion that it's not as unlevel, and it'll keep it from people kicking it and tripping on it. So that's another little helpful hint with the grouting here, especially if you're doing restoration like I'm doing. So I'm going to slide back again, and then same thing, I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to start about right here. And what I'm doing now here, as you can see, I'm just kind of, where I stopped and started, I'm kind of feathering it in here. Same thing, I'm going to get these all wet. See, when you get it wet like this, it'll come down, it'll re-soften all the excess that is on the tile. It'll soften it so that you can start wiping it. And then once you wipe it, you just keep kind of manipulating it off there. You gotta keep getting a fresh one. See, those are all done, so keep sliding back. Excess, something people are not applying a lot of pressure here. You see how this is like that ramp I was just talking about? So you wipe up the ramp.